Okay, number 15, I see that I have a rational expression on each side of the equation, so I think I'll cross multiply. So I'm going to take this one times this one, and this one times this one, which would give me y plus 3 times y minus 3 equals y plus 2 times y minus 1. Keep in mind that if I have to tell you to stop talking, it's going to be on the recording. Okay, y squared, did I make a mistake?
No, I was trying to say something.
Minus 9 equals y squared, and then I'd have minus 1y and plus 2y would make plus 1y minus 2. To solve this, let's see, I can subtract y squared on each side, so I'd end up with, I'm going to add the 2 to the other side, so I get negative 7 equals y. Yep, that's the answer. That's page 517, number 15. Okay, and you said you needed 25?
Yeah.
Does anybody still need this one up here?
No.
Okay, number 25. Plus b minus 6. Oh, my b's and my 6's all look the same, don't they? That one's a 6. All right, looking at this problem, I do not just have a rational expression on the left and one on the right. I have subtraction over there. So I'm going to look for a common denominator that I could multiply onto both sides. And to do that, first I think I'll see if I can break down this denominator. Okay, this denominator breaks down to b plus 3 times b minus 2. So that uses these two denominators from the left, so that's kind of good. So I'm going to multiply that onto both sides of my equation. So I've got b plus 3 times b minus 2. I guess I should have left a little bit more room on the other side. B plus 3 times b minus 2. So when I multiply my b plus 3 times b minus 2 times this term, the b plus 3 will divide out. And so I'll have b times b minus 2. When I multiply it by this term, the b minus 2 will subtract out. So I'm going to put the minus from right here, minus the b from the top, and then the b minus 2 divided out, and I'll have the b plus 3 left. On the right-hand side of the equation, both of the terms divide out, and I just have 10 left. So now I'm going to distribute b squared minus 2b minus b squared minus 3b equals 10. Okay, I have b squared minus b squared, so that's gone. And then negative 2b minus 3b is minus 5b equals 10. Divide the negative 5 out. I get b equals negative 2. Okay, here's number 23. And here again, I don't just have a rational expression on each side, so I can't just cross multiply. So I'll look for a common denominator. Okay, hopefully you remember difference of squares factors to x plus 1 times x minus 1. And that is the factors on the other side. So I'm going to multiply both sides of my equation by x plus 1 times x minus 1. Guess I don't need this down here. Okay. So on the left-hand side, this gives people some trouble too. Sergey, please pay attention. If I multiply times this term, the x minus 1 will divide out. And I'll have 2x plus 3 times the x plus 1, and the x minus 1 divided out. Then I'm going to write this minus, and I'm going to multiply that times this term, where the x plus 1 is going to cancel out. Oops. So I'll have 2x minus 3 times x minus 1 equals, on the right hand side of the equation, the denominator and both the terms cancel out, and I'll just have the 10. Now when I multiply this out, I get 2x squared plus 5x plus 3 minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 equals 10. I just did the FOIL in my head. So 2x times 2x made the 2x squared. 2x times negative 1 made a minus 2x. And then I have a minus 3x, that's where I got the negative 5x. And then negative 3 times negative 1 made plus 3. Okay, here's another common mistake people will make, is that they forget that a negative here is like having a negative 1 multiplied, and they have to distribute that to all the terms. Okay, so let's go to the next step. I have 2x squared plus 5x plus 3 minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 equals 10. Now I'll collect like terms. The 2x squared subtract out. I have 10x. The 3's subtract out equals 10. X equals 1. Now something I've neglected to do in the other problems is to go back and look at my original problem. I have domain restrictions. This term makes it so x cannot equal 1. This makes x cannot equal negative 1. This one, x could not equal plus or minus 1. So since that cannot go in my original problem, this one has no solution. All right, I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by the common denominator because I can't cross multiply how it is right now. This only has one denominator, x. So I'm going to put x on each side of my equation. I'm really multiplying x by that whole thing, so I'll put it in parentheses. Okay, x times this term, the x will divide out, and I'll just have x plus 3. And then my plus, and then x times 1, which will be x, equals. On the other side, the x divides out, and I just have the x plus 5 from the numerator. Okay, on the left I have 2x plus 3 equals x plus 5. Subtract an x, so I have x equals, subtract the 3, I get 2. And that is allowable in my original problem. The only thing in my domain would have been x could not equal 0.